The next feature we'll look at for the host IO limits is the demonstration that will cover the host IO limits feature of creating a density-based shared limit policy, and that's what we'll look at here in this demonstration. So we'll take a look now at the density shared limit. And again, as with the absolute shared limit, we're going to have multiple resources under a single policy, and that policy as a ceiling will govern how much of a limit we apply to the multiple resources. So let's start that here. We'll create this policy. Okay, density-based shared limit. That's good as name as any. We're going to share this resource, and we'll come down again to the density-based limit, and we'll highlight that radio button. And again, we have choices of max IOs per gigabyte, or we have max bandwidth. Just for a change, let's do some bandwidth. Let's say I'm going to limit this to 10 kilobytes per second. So that's all set. I should be able to start this, and again, look at my resources, and I'll choose from those resources to apply to the policy. So I have a couple LUNs here. One's 500 and one is 100. So density underscore LUN, density underscore LUN underscore LUN1. And I'm going to select both of those for my policy. So both these LUNs will be put under a single policy. And because it's shared, the sum of those two resources are going to be the applied with to the limit along with the input that I gave it of 10 KB per second. So I want to check this again. I want to make sure that it's shared, and it is. I want to make sure that the maximum bandwidth per gigabyte is 10 kilobytes per second. It is in the name of my limit and the two resources. So let's finish that up, and we look for this to complete. It does. I'll close that, and then I'll go back to the block storage, double click on that. Again, once the properties come up, I'll go ahead and go to my host IO limits, and again we're going to go to real time, and you can see the default here, the last 3 hours. Well, I do have some IOs going on here. That one was 6,000 and so forth, but I want to go to real time, see what we're doing currently. Now, remember back in the lecture material, we saw that one of these limits would be hit first, and whatever one was hit first, it would be enforced. So here's what we're looking at here. I set the bandwidth for the density, and you can see my ceiling is 6,000. So the way that calculation was done, I limited it to 10, the bandwidth to the 10 kbps, and I had a 600 gigabyte resource, a combined resource of 600 gigabyte. So my 10 times the 600 gave me the 6,000s in the bandwidth in the kilobytes per second here. So that's my limit, and you can see that that limit is not being reached, but being throttled down here at the bandwidth level. So that's a density-based shared limit policy. I'll close that out and end the demonstration.